You fucker. Hello there. We're back. And they haven't kicked me out of the driver's seat, so we must have done something right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of Masks, the Next Generation, a New Generation, whatever you want to call it, presented by Chronicles of Gaia. Hope you've had a lovely week. I think everyone here's, from what I've heard, had a pretty good week, but don't let me put words in your mouth.
It's a week.
All right, cool.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful. Great.
The week was indeed a week.
It do be.
week.
It was a week.
Yes. This was one of the weeks.
I got a washer dryer in my building.
You got a washer dryer in your building.
So I can wash it.
I thought I heard there was a fire in my building.
No.
It was one of those is slightly more exciting than the other.
We're getting off topic.
The new Dimension 20 season premiered tonight. That's started watching.
Big compliment.
Sorry.
Ladies and Dimension 20 fans, go out there.
Yeah.
Fun.
What are you doing? Look. What are you doing watching
watching
our
us.
stream?
Ugh.
Apparently,
Yeah,
there's another
why?
one.
Dimension 20, the on-demand video service. Anyways,
Anyways, back to this one. There's a few people that we have to thank for putting this on. The first and foremost is Liv for setting up the stream and having the idea, and generally just running the hell out of this whole thing.
I'm so tired.
Take a bow if you can, and please don't fall asleep when you do. The second one is, of course, Saran for doing the art, because, again, he's awesome. You can find him on Instagram at the Shockwave48. He's great. He's wonderful, and we don't pay him enough.
Commission him.
So you guys go out and pay him more.
Pay our
Yes. On our behalf, and your own behalf. You pay ourselves.
Yes, on
Pay-
your behalf.
That was a joke. We pay our artist.
Yes.
I'm so glad you've joined the stream for me to tell you to pay our debts. It's wonderful. Without further ado, is there anything else you guys want to say? Tell the people where they can find you if need be.
Oh, you can find me at live_nightly on Instagram, and you can find my personal Twitch channel, Live Nightly. We also play games here on the Chronicles of Gaia Twitch channel, which is kind of like my baby. I'm letting it grow a little bit by myself.
I'm just babysitting. I'm just babysitting.
I'm letting it grow by us not streaming a ton. That's what I meant.
I'm still trying to keep it low key. I didn't hear anything from my coworkers that they had seen this from last week, so I'm hoping to keep it like that. Don't look for me anywhere.
Keep that parasocial relationship to yourself.
Do us all a favor, take a sticky note, just put it over Eric's camera, and just do not perceive this man.
Yeah.
Pay no
won't cover
attention
his
to the
camera.
voice behind the sticky note. Definitely do not know them.
Every individual person here needs to cover Eric on their own personal
Yeah.
computer, but we don't cover him. Like,
Yes.
Don't do it. We trust you two, though.
Yes, we're putting our faith in you.
Exactly.
As always, as I've said every single time, you can find me at Jules V on Fiverr if you're looking for very cheap voiceover commissions. Maybe I'll do a holiday deal thing. I don't know. Please support my crippling dice addiction by paying me.
The clickety-clacks.
The clickety clacks.
As stated before, I am unknowable. I am nothing. I am
Do not
a-
perceive these men.
hi Nick.
No, don't worry. It's okay. I'm not anywhere. I don't provide anything relevant to the social medias.
Thought you were
That's
going
okay.
to just say society.
That too. That too. I am like a goblin.
It has been a whole 5
Small,
minutes, folks.
insignificant, and folding at the mouth. Anyway.
And you can find me on Instagram. I paint minis. It's a brush with paints. Lovely. Let's get started, shall we? Also, at some point, please tell me when you guys need a break. It does occur to me that I just didn't do that last time, and it was
You're the
quite
author,
presumptuous
dude.
of me. Yeah, that I
You're
just
the game
that I just
master.
kept you here. Yeah, well, I'll try to remember this time. We find ourselves going back into the world of comic books, heroes, villains, and whatnot, ne'er-do-wells and do-gooders. But first, we go to a familiar place. It's the bar known as Sully's. A wonderful. It's Midtown. It's a nice bar, but there's always drunks there, just at every hour of the day. But we're not focusing on the mundane drunks of just normal people wandering around and bumping into the pool table. We are instead panning over back to the bar towards two of the most incredibly powerful people on the planet. We span back to Short Fuse, the notorious bank robber, and young Kenny Kleinman. You guys have been here for probably another half hour since we cut off the conversation, where we did mainly just shooting the shit. At one point, he fully realized that a grilled cheese was not going to be the only thing in his belly that night, so he did also order the ribs and wings, and he's comparing sauces with you of like, is the honey garlic better or is the barbecue better?
It does not matter. Put it in your food hole.
He fully disagreed. No, you gotta understand. Like, if you get the best one, then you don't have to think about it next time, and then you can put it in your food hole.
It's all
You gotta
the
do
same.
research. It's not the same.
The hot one, they just put cayenne in there, and the mild one, it's just ketchup with molasses, and smoke. Just pick one and shove it in your food hole.
He fully engages with you in a full-blown argument over this, while Sully sheepishly fails to make eye contact because you have fully called him out on what he does to these wings. At some point, yeah, you're on Main Street, so at some point, getting a bit later into it, the ribs and the wings are gone and replaced with just the bones of what was once there. Short Fuse, leans back. Jeffrey, I keep calling him by his villain name, but he's very much in his normal persona here. Sits back and goes, You got a good head on your shoulder, right?
Some days.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad to see that you're not vain about it. Let's say you have he's a few beers in at this point, so you think that's kind of where this is coming from. Let's say you had a person you're not great at communicating with, and you can tell that there's something that's bothering them, and you want to open up about that. How do you initiate that conversation? You know?
Sorry. In this hypothetical moment, you're having the issues and you want to open up to people, but you want to know how to do it.
No. In this hypothetical, I can tell someone else has the issue, and I want to talk to them about it. I just don't know how to bring it up.
Oh, if it's me, you don't, and you shut the fuck up.
It's not you. If it was you, I would have just said something because I'm going to be honest, we're pretty blunt with each other. I respect that.
Yeah.
It's not you.
Okay, thank God. Well, you have to show that you have the emotional. It's kind of like last
maturity.
And sure, we'll go with maturity, I guess.
Yeah, he fully like takes like a big swig of beer.
Like, you just gotta, know they have to know that you're gonna listen to them and not just give them advice,
Okay.
But it also takes trust and time. You can't just be, ignoring their problems and then one day try to listen to them and get mad because they don't trust you to listen because you haven't, dictated that you're going to do it.
Shit, you do got a good head on your shoulders. All right.
Oh shit, my jug is empty.
He kind of like does clap a hand on your shoulder. And goes, Thanks, kid. Sorry.
Everything.
What?
Shit, my jug is empty. And I take off the sourpuss bottle that is fully drained into the jug. The jug is empty. And
Man, you can really pack it away. Jesus, I thought I had a gut.
no, it's gonna be so sticky. I put just straight up Sunny D in here.
Why would you do that?
Do you have a
terrible-
sibling?
No, not to mine. I hope
This is
not.
gonna make no sense to you.
Okay.
I put it in my bag.
All right. You can see in his face. He goes, "Even if I did, I fully don't think I would understand what that was. That was very specific." He kind of like goes, "All right, cool. I got something to do. You're probably not going to see me for a while. Just I'm not gonna. No real reason to rob anything for a bit, so I might be under the radar for a bit. Hope you can find another drinking buddy for a while."
Wait, why don't you have anything to rob? Is it because of what I said? Did I get
No,
through to
it's not 'cause
you?
Okay, I am going to admit I did forget that the school was on that street. It has been getting to me as this conversation's gone on. Fully forgot that it was there. Kind of pissed at myself for forgetting.
Yeah, you were really stupid about that.
Yeah, Kenny's like wasted.
I don't know where I
forgot
got
he-
this drink from. I have a random drink.
All right.
Was this
You-
yours? No? Okay. And I keep drinking it. I don't wait for the answer. I just keep drinking.
I am the last person I expected to say this in this campaign. Do you need a ride home? And then he goes, "Wait, no, I
Fuck
can't know
yourself.
where." Yeah, no, that
I'll
wouldn't work.
walk. I'll walk.
Alright.
And I haphazardly grab all of my shit. I don't
Yeah.
organize it like I normally would. I shove it in the bag, but I can't close the bag properly because I have put the jug that I carried here in the bag. So everything's like, it's like a school bag for like a child, or it's just lumpy in places it shouldn't. And I
Is it-
and I have to pull the clasp for the strap fully to the end to clip it.
Yeah, this is like a backpack with like
It's
a
like a
laptop bag in it
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Cool. You're packing away.
Yeah.
He fully like, "All right, see you, kid," and takes off. He leaves. You kind of hear like a breath of relief across the bar because it was a known super fun. He fully leaves. You start packing up. You're kind of struggling with it a bit. You're a little tipsy, and for whatever reason, your laptop just isn't going back in the bag the way it should. It's just fucked.
You were in here so easy before.
You hear the screeching of tires and the sound of a thud. The sound that like hits deep in the chest, and that's not a good sound because whatever. Yeah, that is immediately where your mind goes to. You see that like a purple light shines in the bar, which to be the emergency meta stuff is happening outside. Everyone go to the emergency exit, which is implanted in like every single building in this town because too much stuff happens. You see that Sully and everybody just drop what they're doing, fully like start packing up their stuff and just out the back. You can see that because this is a bar that's on Main Street, you can see the scene that was described in the prior session with a bunch of cop cars and an APC fully facing off with two younger guys. You recognize one of them because he is a quite infamous cyborg by the name of Hot Rod. The other one, your parents like keeping tabs on everybody. I don't think they know a ton about Skeleton, and I don't think, therefore, you know a ton about Skeleton.
I don't think I'd honestly care enough to know
That's
about
fair.
their list. I don't know a ton of villains either.
That's super fair.
So I see the purple. I see the purple like lights and everything, and I go, "Oh God, I better make a call." And I reach in to get my phone to like text my folks to be like, "There's shit going on," which is what I've been trained to do after the incident. And then instead, my phone grabs the BlackBerry that I had in my pocket, and I like look at the BlackBerry, and then I go, And I put the blackberry in my pocket, and I stumble outside.
Okay. I'm going to pause you just before you get outside.
Yeah.
Because, tipsy or not, Kenny,
Yeah.
you know that if you go out there and do this, it will be the first time Scatterstar steps onto the streets of Bluestone in the past. You said you were 14? So past, 11
Yeah.
years.
I put my hand on the doorknob or the door handle, and I go, cling, 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 and I keep opening the door for a minute.
You feel your arm brush against something in your bag. And you feel your heart skip a beat because you remember something that's in there. It is for emergency purposes only. That's straight from the horse's mouth. There is only one other person who knows the real reason she gave you this backpack for your birthday. Your sister pointed out a hidden pocket. Sort of in her slowed down time state, so only you and her would know this. You know that in there is a domino mask.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Penny
Shit.
Kleinman. Or should I say Scatterstar?
You shouldn't, because that's not my name.
No. You put it on.
I put it on.
You step outside.
Cling, cling.
Hell yeah. We pan away from this as Kenny fully gets up in there.
The most
We-
stupidest decision of his life.
I love that it's when he's drunk.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We pan a bit away from this scene for a second because this is sort of the coup de grace, the pinnacle of what's going to happen. Because there's someone who's not quite here yet. Fern Fennel. You are still... You're around the park. Do you think you've sort of investigated what you've learned about how the trolley came down the hill? Or are you sort of dealing with the people here? What do you think you're up to?
I think she probably has gone to investigate where it's come from.
Hell
Firstly, out of curiosity of I mean, clearly it wasn't built properly if it just came rolling down a hill. I think humans are kind of silly if they're not concerned about safety.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, but also just to genuinely find more out about, the tracks and where it came from.
Hell yeah. This is an entirely different mode of transportation than what you're used to because your entire planet doesn't need rails. You are so far beyond that. Your ship uses effectively hyperspace jumps, which isn't even powered by the tech of the ship. It's just it's effectively a normal plane, but you know that your security officer Ember has the power to create portals. So your people just naturally are much better than humans at transporting yourselves. So
So ineffective.
yeah, it's
cool.
weird. It's weird, and you see that they've already progressed past it. You see cars and motorcycles where you're not bound to a track, and you're like, why would you bother? What is the purpose of this?
You can only fit 106 people on this trolley? That's not effective numbers. That's pathetic numbers.
There's people that are walking the other way on the sidewalk as this normal human girl just walks and complains about the trolley, and they're like, you could fit 30 tops. You can't fit. They're sort of mumbling to themselves as they walk past because now you've brought the thought up to them. Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just sort of following the literal tracks, as it were?
Just, following the direction in which it would have been coming from.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You head back. You see that you're actually kind of near a place that you're kind of familiar with, which is Main Street. You know Main Street because, first off, it is polluted with buildings, with far too few trees interspersed with them. But the reason that you know it is because this is where the mayor's office is. This is where the court building,
Courthouse.
the court is. The
Courthouse.
courthouse. Thank you. Wow, that fully just did not enter my brain. Where the courthouse is. And you see. You're up a bit further from where the convoy is going to head. You are effectively behind both Electrolyte and Metroflex, who, you are effectively a normal human to all eyes. You are effectively incognito to this, unless you wish to make that change. You can kind of hear there's a bit of a kerfuffle going on. There's very clearly some human transports that are trying to get through. There's two guys there that, again, you Fern, no idea who these guys are. Any of them. You know that the mayor said that the cars with the blinky red and blue are called Polis crossers. You're pretty sure. And you know that the people inside are obviously policemen. Clearly.
Obviously, they're policies.
Exactly.
I still don't quite understand their purpose, but I know they do something involving safety. Don't know what. Don't know why.
Ember brought up quite a few. Like Ember studied them for a bit last week, and like you two had a bit of like a talk about like just not a grand system, like really feels weird and kind of ineffective in a city that has people that are just so far above their pay grade constantly running around. Yeah, what do you think you're up to? You know this is happening, but you don't know what's going on effectively.
I think if no, like, full-out violence is broken out, she's just watching, blending in with the crowd. Like, maybe it's some kind of human custom. I don't really, I don't know.
You're
Here. It's a big crowd. A lot of the humans are here. So
yeah. You see a lot of the humans are here. Go ahead and make me. Do you want to try and assess the situation for me?
sure.
So roll 2d6 and add superior.
Okay.
I think this would also make it the first roll of the game.
It is technically, yes.
All right.
Make it big.
Oh, that was not so big. 7.
That is still enough for a effectively like a minor success. So you can ask one of the questions listed for the assess the situation thing. I will also say that if you come up with a question that is sort of equivalent to one of these, I will definitely accept these. And if you guys ever roll hot for something more like personal, like Pierce the Mask, I will allow custom questions for that sort of thing, because obviously not all of these are going to apply all the time. But for assess the situation, you can ask, what here can I use to blank? You can ask, what here is the biggest threat? You can ask, what here is in the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to you? Or how could we best end this quickly?
I think Fern would be most interested in who is the most vulnerable towards me in this moment.
To you, okay. You kind of like glance everybody up and down. You see there's one guy who seems kind of interwoven with technology. You think probably not him. He, weed whackers exist, so you're like, no, I don't think I could take him. You see a dude who, despite appearing to be just some kid in a leather jacket and a skull mask, also just looks like he would not take your shit. You see another kid who actually looks a tad younger than those two, in like a black hoodie and some ratty jeans with sneakers. he doesn't really turn to you, but with the wind, you can see the hoodie rides up a bit, and you can see that underneath there's like a tank top with like a skyline of a city pattern on it. This is Metroflex. And then you can see someone who is floating a few feet off the ground with electricity crackling over top of him. You think that most vulnerable to you is, I'm gonna say, Metroflex. Just from where you're at, and it's not for the powers. It's because you see that he looks the most uncomfortable to be here.
Mhm.
Right?
Okay.
With that, you do see the rest of this little scene play out, where a piece of a car gets thrown at Electrolyte, and he blows it up, and it's a better entrance. So you Kenny, and you Fern both see the explosion, the bit of the exchange as you move towards it.
Oh shit.
Whoa, fuck off, Electrolyte.
Oh, kid, you can't come to the board and not play the game. I'm
We
gonna.
only killed 2 cops, man. This isn't a game anymore.
Oh, that is the game. I'm happy either way, because no matter what happens, I get to have my fun. You see him crack his knuckles. I'm gonna say this is
Weird game that humans play. Huh.
yeah.
Who
You
would have
you
guessed?
see, yeah, Fern, as soon as the explosion happens, you see the crowd of people fully dips because they realize who this is. They're like, oh, this is the killer,
I think
Electrolyte.
I'm winning the game by not running away.
Yeah. There you go. Skeleton, this role's probably just going to be for you because you know Metro. And Hot Rod, I don't know if we talked if you tangoed with him at any point.
I know of him. I don't think I
You know,
tangoed.
cool. Yeah, this is probably going to be for Skeleton. Make a free pierce the mask check for me. And if you roll hot, I'm going to give you a free answer on top of the things that you would normally be able to ask, because you know a bit more about Metro.
Okay. Pierce the Mask uses what stat again?
It uses mundane.
Mundane. I have a -1 to that, so that's gonna be great.
You do. Oh, also that brings up another thing. With the 4 of you in this game, you have 4 in the team pool. Team can be used at any time for someone to effectively use a reaction. There's no action economy to give you a +1 to whatever it is that you're doing. What did your roll, Scal?
A 4.
You're a little too preoccupied with 2 incredibly dangerous metas in your face to really get a read on Metro. With that, I'm gonna give Kenny and Hot Rod. You're both gonna be able to take effectively a free move that is not one of the fighting moves to gain information or to alter the situation in some way at your leisure. This can be defending, this can be assessing, it can be provoking, it can be comforting, it can be pierce the mask. You can take a powerful blow, but I would not recommend it.
Oh man.
You want to go first?
You can go first because I really don't know what I'm doing. So you go ahead.
You
Okay. I would like to unleash my powers, but I don't want to do it to like in a combat sense.
Ooh, okay.
One of
Hell
the
yeah,
things
what do we got?
is to reshape your environment. So as I'm standing on the armored vehicle,
The APC, yeah.
yeah, I'm just going to throw a little like floating orb up with like a little camera on it.
Hell yeah.
Or you'd be like, "Hey, it's Hot Rod. Thanks for coming into the live stream. We're coming at you straight from Main Street. And look at this." And I'm gonna turn around, and I'd like to control any electric powered cars around, smart cars, to sort of like move them around and make a distraction. So they're like
So
accelerating.
there's
them,
other
like,
things
reversing,
going on
sort of
they
like
got to
box
deal
them
with.
in. Yeah, to reshape their environment as part of Unleash the Power.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll with freak. Super freak. Super freak. He's super freaky.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. Cool.
Ooh.
You can choose one of the two options. You can either mark a condition down in yourself, or I can tell you how it's unstable or simply temporary.
May I count this as an exertion for my doom?
I will
So I'm like,
say if you do that,
Hmm.
you will give yourself a +1 and turn that into a perfect success.
oh yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm
You
like controlling multiple cars at the same time.
yeah, you can feel a few alerts go ding, 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 off in your head. You're kind of flexing on everybody, but you can't do this for long. You know that like Omar is seeing alerts on his computer right now, and you're probably gonna get a call within the next few minutes. I'm gonna say that with that, we'll get to them. We'll probably have both of the villains try and pierce the mask to see what you're really planning with this. If this is an attack or if this is a distraction, because they fully do not know what this is. And like Electrolyte might be insane, but he's done this before. He's a tactical fighter. He knows that like you can probably pull some stuff out of your ass. Hell yeah. Kenny, do you want to take an action?
Yes, I do. I am looking at the big old list of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assess the situation.
Heck yeah. All right.
So I
Go
gotta
ahead and
roll with superior.
Absolutely.
Ready to fail! I rolled fucking hot. I rolled fucking hot. 11. Where's my thing? Hold on.
Temperature increased to that hot roll.
Superior is +1, so I rolled a total of 12.
You rolled a 12. Okay, with a 12, yeah, you can ask 2 of the questions. And I'm going to say that you can also replace one with a custom question if you want to.
Okay, I got a custom question.
Okay.
If that is what I can do.
Absolutely.
Are these threats, like the super villains clearly, are they a distraction?
Ooh. This is kind of a layered answer. You don't know a ton about Metroflex, but you do know a bit about Electrolyte because your parents have fought him a few times because he is kind of a bigger name villain. He's not quite like on Short Fuse's level in your parents' eyes, but he's still kind of a big deal. You know that the mob does not let Electrolyte go and do something openly unless they want it done. If he's not the distraction, or if he is a distraction, you don't want to know what the real threat is.
Okay.
You think the answer to that is no.
Okay, then my second question is there's no, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna do the. I got one from the list. I'm gonna do. My second question is, how could we best end this quickly?
All right. Also a good question. 2 things come to mind immediately. Like you're a little tipsy, but like you've read the Super Playbook time and time again. There's been times when you've requested your sister slow down times, cram for an exam that you are not having. There are there's like win conditions in this. Obviously, you can see that clearly something important is in that APC, and these 2 are very much in the way. You also can see that there's a court down the street. It's 2 and 2, but you're a little tipsy, so it takes a hot second.
They're getting
If you
pizza delivered.
You know that the courthouse is one of the few areas in Bluestone where they could afford to invest in a null generator, which is, to put it into easy terms, it is like a ranged version of your aura. Like, null cuffs exist. There's ways to turn off powers in this world. If you can get whatever's in that APC to the courthouse, Electrolyte and Metro are no longer a threat to him.
Okay.
The best way to end that is to get it past them, because this is an APC. It's like this is the thing that could like run over mines and not really have to worry. It's a big, heavy thing. Think of that big, stupid tank from the Clone Wars on Kashyyyk,
Okay.
the big rolling thunder thing.
All right.
If you get past them, you should be fine. I'm gonna say that with that extra roll, or sorry, with the 12, you know that only one of these villains is capable of physically stopping the car. The other one can get into it but can't stop it. One of them can physically stop the APC. That's what you get with the 12.
I also,
Okay.
when I come out here and I'm looking around and going, I go,
Yeah.
oh my god, are you Hot Rod?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh my
Say hi to
God.
the adoring fans.
Hi, doing. I love your streams with your little
Oh, thank you.
robots. I
Not
use it
the
to help me
fucking time,
study.
guys.
Oh, and I start looking.
Get
I
back
look at
in, civilian.
and I go. Oh, nice Party City costume.
You gotta get the fuck back on the streets, civilian.
yeah, Skeleton. You and Hot Rod, Hot Rod's clearly more excited about this, but both of you see effectively just a dude in a domino mask,
I just go. Oh my god.
like the first time Scatter Star steps back onto the streets of Bluestone, and everyone's first reaction is, "Who the fuck are you?"
I go. No, I think I'm gonna stay. Thank you. And I start walking over to the ABC. And I guess I don't know how this game works. I guess I did my turn.
This is sort of like a pre-fight thing. There's no real initiative. It's very much just like, what is everyone trying to do in a turn. There's no initiative. There's no who goes first. It's just everything kind of happens at the same time. Yeah.
I look at Fern
Hot
and I
Rod.
go, "You're like so fucking nuts. It's super dope." I look at Fern.
Fern is like past you, and from what you can tell, is just a normal civilian.
You're so fucking
She's like-
awesome.
You see that Metro kind of like looks back because he's kind of worried that like a bigger, badder super is behind him.
I
Say that.
I say that and I start fucking stretching. I hinge at my waist and I dangle and I get up and I all right, it's been a while. I crack my knuckles.
Hot Rod, who the fuck is this guy?
I don't know. Let's keep him safe just in case.
No, he dies. He dies. But
Yeah, you, Hot Rod, you're still kind of tapped into Matia's, ex-detective Matia's comm, and she just goes, "What the actual fuck is going on up there?"
I just want out of the corner of my ear, I'm like, if he dies, and that gets my blood boiling. Because that's not what a hero fucking is.
And hey, Kenny, who the fuck are these two to assume that you're just some weak little bitch who's gonna
this
roll
little
over
prick?
for electrolyte? Yeah, like that. The urge to show up Hot Rod in his own stream kind of starts taking over.
It's like, nah, I'll keep Hot Rod. Hot Rod's dope. But the one from Party City. I'm ready. That's what I got. I'm ready.
I'm gonna
right.
quickly log on to Hot Rod's stream and post Pepe hands in the chat.
Oh, he's a Pepe toaster.
You see that in this time that you are unwittingly buying for some of the cops. You see that the driver is like shifting gears back to like where he can get the fastest acceleration, and is like he's got his finger on the nitros ready to go in case he really has to go suddenly, and he just kind of like he does the Star Wars like nod at you at Skeleton as he turns to like look at his phone. By the way, Hot Rod, you know he's on your stream. Like, I don't even need you to roll for that. That's just something you pick up. It's like, bing! Oh, cool. He's watching the stream that he's part of.
Skeleton, we're fighting here. What? We can do this later. I can talk later if you want. It's okay.
Record it. I watch it while I work out.
Okay.
That's got a lot of meaning to it now.
Who are you? Hey.
Get the fuck out of here, guys.
I told you I'm good right here.
You are going to die.
I go,
This is not a place for normies.
I
Like,
swallow
get
my
out.
vomit.
Fern, I think, upon just hearing all the fucking arguing and like seeing what's going on, she's like, well, I want to be part of this game instead, because it's no fun over here. So she like dips into an alleyway, sheds her fucking human suit, comes out. This game seems way more fun.
I have a
Oh my
question.
god, I love you. You're so cool.
Question for Fern. Is your alias at all public knowledge, or was that little thing in the park your first act of superheroing?
Probably her first act. She's been trying to keep it under wraps. So
Oh boy.
I imagine the only person who's seen her as she actually is probably the mayor, and then that was the first thing in the like, oh wait, oh shit, you saw me like it's fine if you've seen me one version or the other, but you saw me change from one version to the other, and that's where the problem is. So she's like dip in the alleyway, rip off human suit, go back out like nothing ever happened.
You walk out from the sidewalk to the middle of the street, and you see Metro just throw his arms up like, "What? This was supposed to be simple." Like, you see, Electrolyte goes, "Wow, that's so many." Metro.
Have me and Hot Rod noticed her yet? Or are we still yelling at you?
Oh, she just walked up beside you, yeah. Like, fully, like, you're like, oh, two other people have joined. You know why Hot Rod's here? These other two, you have no clue. You have no clue why they're here. But you can clearly tell that Fern is a meta of some kind.
What? What is happening?
How does the game work? How do I win?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'll tell you how to win. And I put up my hands and I sway a little bit. I'm like, you get that thing, and I point to the agency, to that building, and you keep it away from these two fucking guys. And I point to the villains.
And I look at the...
Yeah, do that.
Seems like a pretty easy game.
Yeah.
With introductions out of the way, you see that Metro like goes, "You should have just gotten out of the way, man." He reaches over, he fully snaps a metal light post with one hand and like carries it like a baseball bat towards you guys. And you see that Electrolyte actually rolled real shit on trying to figure out what the lights thing was going on. So he is actually going to try and decipher what weapon Hot Rod is planning with this. That is not a weapon, because Electrolyte rolled real shit. He rolled snake eyes, guys.
Oh no!
My big bad threat, my real threat. With that, I'm gonna say this right now. The APC driver is taking the defend action.
Okay.
For the man in the APC. We're gonna see how he does. He rolled snake eyes. I need different dice. So he is effectively just not going to be any use on his own. There are 4 of you. There is effectively 1 action coming from the villains, and it's going to be Metro. What would everyone like to do in this first little round of combat, we'll say?
I have been waiting a week I'm unleashing my power.
I think I'm going to directly engage a threat.
Okay.
Shit, I can do.
Both of you go ahead and do that. Tell me who you're. I kind of know who you're doing it to, but let me know who you're doing it to, just in case you surprise me.
I'm going to try and counter Metroflex's.
You're gonna try and get in his way.
Get
Absolutely.
his way.
All right.
I'm going to try and counter his baseball bat light post with a cop car shield. A car door shield, not a cop car.
You
A car
rip
door
it off.
shield.
You rip it off. There's a cop in there, like, dude, and you wield it like
It's
a shield.
insured. You know
It's
it's
insured.
insured.
Yeah, he goes. It's insured. You get ready to do that. Go ahead and roll, and then we'll get to Kenny in a second.
Okay, please. No. Okay. Okay. I have to fucking switch back to my character sheet. Hold on. But it's okay. It's not bad. It is not bad.
Okay.
It is 10.
Okay, so on a 10, you're gonna pick 2 of these.
Yeah. All right.
What would you like to do?
Just threats. I
You
am
can-
going to brighten the opposition and create an opportunity for my allies.
Oh, interesting.
I would
Very
like
nice.
to scare Metroflex.
Okay.
I would like to try and directly scare Metroflex.
Okay.
Whether by hurting him or intimidation or whatever. I would. Like
It's from what I can tell about this is that you're exclusively trying to be the support of, like, okay, holding you in this way. So it's yeah. Okay.
And then opportunity for my allies. I want to try and I think directly tie down Metroflex so that he can't engage everyone else.
Heck yeah.
That's
Okay.
my opportunity.
There's no roll for this. He just takes the afraid condition, which is a -2 to directly engage a threat. I'm gonna say that these 2 rolls happened at the same time, so it's when you clash, that's when he takes it. So unfortunately, his roll was a 10 as well. He is also directly engaging a threat. He is going to. His ally is he does not care about electrolyte. He's not looking to team up with him. He's going to like bat the car door out of your hands. He's going to take something from you, and then he's going to resist your blows. He's effectively like, neither of you are really doing any damage to each other, but you are locked. You have locked him in this state, and you see that he looks afraid, and it's. Make another pierce check. This time it's because you're right up in his face.
Okay.
So roll with mundane.
Pierce the veil. Roll with mundane. That's going to be a -1 for me again.
Hell yeah.
5.
Yeah. Sorry. Unless 2 people want to give you 2 pieces of team to bring that to a 7.
Don't worry about it.
That's super fair.
This
This is like a reaction.
the whole time.
Yeah, it's super fair. We will then go to Kenny. You can see that, like, as you're charging up, you do see that Metro and Skeleton are, true to their rivalry, kind of just locked, like bullhorns. They're full disclosure, they're both bulls, fully just locked in with each other, just not yielding any ground, but no one's really making any progress. He is still very much in the way. You know that the APC can't really get around him unless he gets moved. What are you up to?
Do I see electrolyte still? Like, is he a threat as well?
Oh, yes. He's like hovering. He's just taking this moment to like double check that the lights aren't doing any bullshit. Like he has fallen for Hot Rod's little thing.
Okay, I've got a 5. To unleash your powers, I roll plus freak. All right, which I think I'm pretty good at, actually. I absolutely
and I'm gonna
I am.
I'm going to say this because you made a assess the situation check on a success. You get +1 while you're acting on the answers. You know that if you get electrolyte out of here, you are acting on the answer of how do I get the car here. So you will get an additional +1.
I know
That applies
how.
to Fern as well because you did also get a success.
All right, and rolling with Reek. 13.
Wow.
I'm rolling hot.
Wow.
Dang.
I have a +2
yeah.
to Freak. That's my highest
Kenny.
thing.
Kenny.
Yes.
What do you do? Because what do you do? I want to know.
Don't sneeze.
I don't sneeze. I don't sneeze. I see the skeleton meets head on and is locking this guy into combat, and I see this streaming, and I see this plant creature, and I see Electrolyte being like, and I'm like, okay, all right, time to fucking prove my parents wrong, and I crack my knuckles and I bring them into the air, and a scattering of like crimson, like purpley sparks come out. As warped energy kind of engulfs my hands, and I go, all right, let's do the opposite of crush, and I'm going to, I have an ability, it's one of my burns, so when I charge up my power, I do the roll with the freak, and if I have any conditions, then I do the math with the conditions and stuff. On a hit, which I'm assuming is like a 10 or above. I'm assuming is that how this game works?
It's like a perfect success.
Okay,
effectively.
Cool. Then on a hit, I hold 3 burn, which is what I spend to use my powers on. And I have one very specific one that I honestly never thought I'd get to use, and then you threw this at me.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Moat, which is I spend 1 burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. And then the GM may call for you to spend another burn if the barrier is threatened by particularly powerful enemies. But I got fucking 3 things to spend, and I'm gonna spend 1 at the very least to contain this fucker in the equivalent of like a nullifying field. Get fucked.
Okay, so it's not a null field.
Yeah,
this is
I
a
know.
force field.
I know.
It's your aura is around you specifically. Because I'm not gonna let you strip the powers away from people at range. That's a little busted. So you zoop, a perfect red bubble of energy. There is nothing that Electrolyte can do about this, by the way. I am looking at his sheet. Nothing he can do about this, except for like try to break out of it. You hold out a hand, or do you hold out both? How much is he putting into this?
It's like noodle arms, and then as soon as I feel the energy kind of connect around him, it's like gyroscope, like locking in and keeping it there. And I go, yo guys, get going.
You,
Okay, he's actually super. He's not just a drunk.
Kenny.
That's incredible.
Kenny, as you hold out your arms to do this, you watch as your skin flakes off like ash and hovers an inch over your flesh. Underneath the skin is nothing but red energy.
Hell yeah.
It is, and you can see you haven't just removed some skin. You can see that it is hovering there and it is pulsing, and it's probably going to come back when you stop using your powers. You hope.
Wow,
but
this
yeah,
shit was really strong. I've never drank sourpuss this strong before. Holy shit.
you
Sourpuss.
let me ask you, Kenny, how passively perceptive or passively intelligent do you think Kenny is in this moment? He's on a bit of an emotional high right now. This is why I'm asking. And he's
if you're asking me if he's aware of his spaces,
Yeah.
Probably not, because he's not able to tell when his sister is in the room. Even though he like travels with powers in
Yeah, even
powers. If you're
yeah.
asking me if I'm a smart guy, I am in like 2 majors. So
No, I am asking about like perceptive awareness.
perceptive.
That's super fair.
No, I'm probably not the most perceptive.
I'm very, you know what? You just rolled a 12 and a 13. It's very good that you can humble yourself in that regard. We yeah, electrolyte for I'm going to say that he is going to for his turn he's obviously going to try and break out of this. He's going to unleash his own power. Which he even with his plus he fully like becomes electricity and tries to out of it, but you can see that this force field is containing him for the moment. You know that the force field is not permanent, and Electrolyte is a powerful creature. He's probably going to get out in the next turn, unless he rolls shit. With it, which hey, I mean, you know, he's rolling bad so far. We go to Hot Rod and Fern. What would you two like to do? The Electrolyte for the turn seems to be dealt with. What would you guys like to do?
Welcome to the stream. I'm glad to have another collaborator.
Oh, thanks. It's such an honor. Hey, could you like get that car down the street?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Can I go to the front? I'm gonna like walk on the back of the truck to the front and like see if the driver is still conscious or what's
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
he is fine. He just stopped because if he progressed any further, like there he would have been like stopped by a meta. He's effectively waiting for an opening. If he has a held action, it's to step on it. Because you do see that like Metro is kind of still in the way, and him even though he's fully engaging with Skeleton, he is still primarily in the way, and they are borderline invulnerable, so the car can't just run them over.
Okay.
Would not
Hey.
providing an opportunity not have helped with that?
I will say that because there's no like escape move, so it's very much like if you complete the task of move these two out of the way, they will start to progress down the street and become more difficult for them to catch up with. But there is still like you've gotten rid of one obstacle for this turn. I'm going to say that you will gain a +1 to whatever roll you do if it involves Metroflex because he is currently being handled.
Okay.
And that will stack Fern on top of your how do I or like or who's most vulnerable to me question, which obviously is Metro that we said. Yes. What would you like?
So there's no way they can go. The armored vehicle can move forward. Like
Not
they can't go around them.
Not as is. You know that Metro's kind of keeping his eye on it, and even though he is fully engaging with Skeleton, he's probably going to have something up his sleeve if it tries it. You need to get him either to one side or the other, or just fully get him off this road. Or like if Kenny put a force field on him, I don't know if there's a concentration, Kenny, if you can do this to multiple people.
It's basically concentration.
It's basically
I'm
cool.
focusing on the mode, I can't like do another mode.
Cool. Yeah, so if you can like fully lock this dude down, with that added benefit from Skeleton, then it could probably take off. And the driver you could see is like a smart guy. He's like reading the room effectively. He did roll hot on assess the situation, so he kind of knows what he's waiting for here. But yeah, the floor is yours, or should I say the street?
Okay, so Lance, looks like we got to get this guy out of the way here.
But I got this one.
Little busy.
You're like dodging a fist going at you.
Can I move? can I move some of the cars that I'm controlling to like box, skeleton, and flex in?
Yes,
Where?
absolutely. That would be, I think. Would you agree that that's unleashing your powers?
No. So I've already sort of done that. I think to control them. I think that might be like provoke or defend. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say that that would be shielding someone from an immediate threat. I would say that that would be defend, yeah,
Okay.
if you
Cool.
want. I'm gonna say no to provoke because provoke is very much you are trying to get
Oh,
someone
yeah,
to do what you want, and also probably give them the angry condition.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I think defend is absolutely fair. So you're gonna add a +1 to this because skeleton is making this easier for you. He's keeping him in one place so that the cars can maybe.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna do a roll. I got
I believe in you.
5 plus my 1, so 6, and then a 7 with that extra 1.
Oh yeah, that is a.
Minors.
So with defend, you keep them safe and choose one. It will cost you. You are exposing yourself to danger. This is gonna get a bit weird because you are not directly engaging with Metro right now. So like in terms of like the fight, you're not exposed. But in terms of the rules, something is gonna it can maybe happen to give him a benefit to hurt you, if you aren't careful. You can absolutely add one of the three. You can add a team to the pool. You can take influence, which we're not running with, so you can pick one of the two. You can take a team, or you can clear a condition, of which I don't think anyone has at the moment.
Only Metroflex has a condition right now.
Metro has two.
Oh, he has 2 conditions.
He started the game with one, and now he also has afraid. You
Right,
said, yeah,
That scared
Yeah.
him.
yeah. That
Cool.
yeah. One your little pierce the mask checks have been you trying to decipher what the other one is.
Interesting. I see.
Okay, I'll step off of the APC like as like a car goes by, and I'll land on the hood or like the top of that car as I'm controlling it. So that'll be my like expose myself as I'm in this
Yeah, I'll
like
take that. Yeah.
circling ant circle around them. And I'll take an ad team, I guess.
Yeah, you had a team to pull, so you guys are at 5 team right now, because you all brought one in, and now another's been added. I'm gonna say that the cars kind of skeleton. You do feel like 2 cars hit you, but you can kind of see what Hot Rod's doing. You see that the 2 behind skeleton actually rev a bit further and kind of push the fight a little bit off to the side.
Yeah.
I'll flow with it.
Um,
I'll work with it.
You're pushing with it. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'm not going to resist the car's movement. I'm going to just go with it and try and.
Yeah, you're extending
Like,
you're extending the opportunity that you've made. And with that, I'm going to say that if the APC driver makes another roll, he's going to have a +2 to his defend action to get this dude out of there. With that, it's going to be Fern. You can see that the path is kind of open for this great big metal thing to go through. But things can always happen. What would you like to do?
I was gonna try if I could to help the vehicle get through.
All right.
Don't know how I would go about doing that.
You could. Let's see here.
You could always. Oh,
You can encourage the driver and be like, "Go, go, go!"
if I could make a suggestion, I'm allowed to make a suggestion for her, just to spitball ideas. If that's okay.
Go for it.
What if you unleashed your powers and made a tunnel for him to drive under? In between the 2 guys. Made like a tunnel of like
It's like a
vents.
clearing of kind of defending the vehicle.
Like make like a wall between the 2.
That would definitely be unleash your powers. You could also try to support. You could also try to support someone, but that's more emotional. So like the driver would feel more comfortable as he went through. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong
I know
answer.
it's a difficult time, driver, but
You got this, King. I believe in you.
The random plant lady believes in me.
Yeah. He believes in me.
My name's Daniel.
My
Yeah,
name's
Out of high
Officer.
school.
He dropped out of high school and became a
Daniel.
cop. Whoa.
Oh, Daniel.
I suppose he is a cop. Yeah, I was assuming he's like a
Yeah.
security guard, but no, yeah, you're right. He's a cop.
No, Bluestone City Police. Wow, you guys need to up your hiring requirements. Jeez.
PD.
Fern,
There
what
was
are
a
you up to,
protest
buddy?
about this.
I do like that
not
idea
just about this.
of creating some kind of barrier so we can get through easily. Kind of
Awesome.
vehicle, a little bit.
Um,
Any damage that might come its way.
I'm gonna say that this will invoke the how do I best end this?
Mhm.
No, you asked who's most vulnerable. Did you ask two?
No, I had only asked the one. I can't remember who else asked the.
Okay.
Liv asked 2.
It was just Liv. Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so this will not invoke the +1 from that,
Mhm.
but obviously there's team here if you guys feel the need to add a few. You can
Oh.
also there is no limit for you guys to be like, oh, I'll add team and I'll add team and I'll add team. Like you can do that. You'll just chew through team real quick.
Yeah.
I forgot I got a +1 to my last roll.
So you roll a 14?
So I would have rolled a 14. But can I pass on that +1 because I did go, we gotta do this now.
You would be spending a team to do it. I'm
mean,
afraid that was just a hot
Do
roll.
it anyway. I'm like,
You don't need to do it in advance. You can do it once the roll's made.
okay, then I will hold
Yeah.
off.
All right. You are attempting to unleash your powers.
Yes.
Wonderful. Feel free to roll with freak. I love this game.
No.
Burn team.
What'd you roll, sorry?
That. Well, 7.
Okay, a 7 is a success, but it's unstable or temporary. So you make the tunnel, but you know that if something really wanted to, on a decent enough dice roll, they would be able to get through and maybe mess with the APC. You also do know that the 2 threats are sort of out of the way, so you're not terribly worried about it. You have added another layer of defense for this driver. I will say that because of that, I'm going to say that there's going to be a -1 for anyone trying to deal with the APC in terms of attacking it. So yeah, there's a bit of defense going on. There's a bit of you guys have like fully buffed up the driver, weirdly enough, and also like debuffed the villains. This is great. This is a great success.
Your initiative is, go!
You, the driver is going to take his defend action to try and get out of here. This is what okay.
No.
That was Daniel.
Come on.
That was with I said a +2 to that, so he did roll an 11.
Daniel.
Which is he flicks the turbo, he punches it. You're not really supposed to drive these like this, but desperate times, right? You see this truck and go through the tunnel. He's never driven through a tunnel like this. He can't really see that well. He's hitting the turn right. He's drifting with an APC. He fully like exits and overcorrects and like does a donut by accident, but it's fine because it looks cool. And he just keeps going. You see the flurry of cop cars. You see that I think we're down to 2 cop cars effectively because you guys have thrown a few around. 2 cop cars take off, as does ex-detective Matya to sort of keep tabs on this truck and make sure that the guy gets there. You can see that they have started takeoff. That is the turn, quote unquote. You see. I know I keep doing this to you, Skeleton. I'm gonna need you to roll Pierce the Mask. This is again a free action because you are fully like you're boxed in. This is the most intimate with a villain you can be. You're having a nice dinner with wine, effectively, in terms of superhero to super villain relations.
What do you add?
I don't add anything at
no.
minus because it's rolls with mundane. However, I did get a 9.
Okay.
Got a 9.
I'm gonna give you the option. You can either choose one of the questions, or you can learn what the other condition is, and it might explain a bit.
Just finding the questions really quickly so that I know what questions I can ask.
I'm like
There we go.
circling these two as they're like going around on the car.
You're like surfing on it.
Like, oh my god, Skeleton, this is crazy. You got this.
Cyborg Johnny Bravo is
You're gonna be
car
great. You're gonna be
surfing.
great.
Alrighty. So it's either I can ask a question or I can learn what the other effect on him currently.
You can learn what the other condition is, yeah.
I'm gonna learn what the other condition is.
He has two conditions currently. One of them is afraid, and that is because you fully like stopped him, which is not something he's super used to people being able to do. Even you, like typically there's a bit of back and forth. You stopped him. The other condition is hopeless. You know that Metro does not like being part of the mob. You also know that you've stopped him a few times, and you know that the mob doesn't take kindly to failure. You, even with a 9, you are starting to get a very clear picture. Electrolyte isn't here to kill the witness. He's here to kill Metro if he fails.
Oh no.
That's why Electrolyte said, no matter what happens, I get to have my fun.
I see.
Because and you know, there's like a dozen different villains that the mob could choose from to do this. Electrolyte's the only one that Metro physically cannot deal with. He's a physical fighter, and that's a dude made out of electricity. Nothing Metro can do there. You see the face of a terrified young man who thinks he's about to die.
I see.
And you can't help but see he watches the APC leave, and you watch his heart sink. You don't even know if he would have been able to do it. Like, this dude's a thug. He's a thief. He's a bruiser, but you haven't known him to kill anybody. This was the you're gonna prove yourself, or that's it.
I see.
You gain a +1 to whatever you do in the next turn that acts in any way with this information in mind. With that in mind, it is the next turn. APC taken off. Cop cars kind of being a little screen to make sure that, like, even if Metro gets going past it, he has to get past them first. We're gonna do it in reverse order because we kind of went down one way. We're gonna go with Fern and Hot Rod first. What do you guys do?
Fern, would you like to go first?
I was gonna say you can go first because I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay. Okay, great. Guys, keep hitting that donate button, please. If you want to see more fights, okay. Skeleton, you're doing great in there. I'm loving your energy. You show this worthless thug what he's done wrong, and please end his life. Okay. I'm going to.
That's not great.
Hey, Skell, remember that +1 I just gave you?
Yeah.
Just ignore that.
Oh, is that gone now?
Because like if you try to comfort this dude or in any way like help him, that is gone because he's more afraid now.
All right. Okay.
You gave a -1 team.
I'm gonna look over at Kenny. How's he holding up?
Fine so far.
I mean, he's doing fine. You see that his arm's doing some weird stuff. If you wanted to like get a better read on him, you could like either assess him or pierce the mask or something. It's your call. What do you want to do?
Ooh, I'm going.
Or you could directly engage Kenny, the threat.
No. I'm gonna be like, all right, these guys have it under control. I'm gonna take the car that I've been riding on in the circle and zip off and follow the APC.
Absolutely.
and I'll
Um,
defend it as it goes down the road.
Okay, with that, I'm gonna say that because you're following that with intent, I'm gonna say that your control over the cars, boxing, skeleton, and Metro in that control goes away. The cars are still there, but like he's kind of locked in regardless. You do lose control of that, so you're not actively like pushing anymore.
Okay.
Try to take that defend action. Go for it.
Okay. I'm just on like a cop car, like just got my. I'm in the superhero pose, driving alongside the veil there. That's a 7, and then
That
defend is
right.
1, so 8.
Okay, cool. You expose yourself to danger,
No.
or you can escalate the situation. Which would you like to do? Would you like to make things worse, or would you like to put yourself in danger?
I'll be in danger because I'm just like on a car, just going down the road.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You can
But I'm like
choose.
protecting it.
Yeah, you add another team to the pool unless you want to clear one of your own conditions that you do not have.
No, it's another team. What are we at? 5?
You're at no one used team, did they?
No, so
No,
6.
so we're at 6. We're at 6.
Nice. Okay.
Cool. Cars defended. There's a -2 to hit that car now.
Nice.
We're gonna go to Fern. What are you up to? You've crafted this tunnel. They've made it through. Your job, bang. You've achieved some superheroing.
Yay! I'm winning.
You are.
After seeing like Hot Rod going to defend the more, I think Fern's gonna turn her attention towards these two bullies here. That's they are bullies. And I wanted to try something because I thought it'd be cool. I'm wondering, is there any like? Oh, we're on a street though. That would be like stone or like paved, right?
If you're looking for a plant, there's a few trees
Yeah.
planted in some pots on the side.
I was looking for any little bit of grass that might be coming through like cracks in sidewalks or something.
Yeah, a few road weeds here and there, you know.
Dandelion.
Anywhere they might be near, like any cracks.
Oh yeah. If you're looking for are plants near, yes, absolutely. I'm not
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
I'm not gonna say what you chose a plant hero in a city. You can't do anything.
Right.
Let's-
Yeah, I wanted to try something if I'd be able to.
Yeah, absolutely go for
One
it.
of the abilities I got. Would I be able to try to like make some like weeds grow from between the cracks and stuff, and try to entangle around their ankles to kind of keep them in place?
This is this Metro or Skeleton or both?
Um,
Don't fuck with
we'll
me.
see. No. We're playing the game together. You're good. We'll go with Metro. He seems like a scared little kid. So
Yes, he is.
you are
Go
staying in place, Mister.
go ahead and add the +1 because now you are acting on the information that he is vulnerable to you.
That's 4, 6, 7, 8. And sorry, do I add anything to that?
It'll say in the move if it is something related to a basic move. If not, I assume it would be one of the power specific stats.
What are you?
Well, because I was hoping to use like an ability thing, but no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, most of them do require you like to unleash your power or defend or something. Like it'll state like what the move is you do with it, and just has a specific thing.
It says you can control plants.
No, it just had like I have like pheromones and stuff like that, but yeah.
Oh,
Never mind that. I probably can't do that.
you
But
probably can't.
okay.
No, you can't do that.
Nah, don't worry
Def-
about it. So it'd be a piece of alien technology.
Yeah, go for it.
Nah,
Even with a pheromone, though.
yeah, that's what I was saying. It's one of my abilities. That's why. Well, that's
You can like pacify him.
well, it's just because it's only one of them. So that's why I'm like, oh.
Okay. Well, unless you can find.
Either way, without adding anything, it's an 8 right now. So
What if-
It
Like, is this super important to you?
No, I just thought it'd be cool.
We're all about doing stuff that's cool. It's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that this would probably be unleashing your powers to some extent. Like even though it's tech, it's what you're doing. So add your freak stat to it if you want.
Yeah. Okay, that'd be a 10 then.
Yeah, perfect success. Cool. Yeah, you and you're doing this to restrain his feet or just put him in place.
Just kind of keep him in place. Yeah.
Hell yeah. How do you do that? Is it specifically the vines or is it the pheromones? This is your how do you want to do this? But it's every turn.
Oh, I was just hoping like her pheromones will make like the like that are protruding off of her will make like just the vines kind of grow a little bit and like just kind of tangle around his ankles.
You in this you see why he's vulnerable to you. You don't know this. You don't know the nitty gritty of how Metro's powers works, but Skeleton, you do. If he gets hit with something, he absorbs that energy. But just the slow entanglement of vines isn't enough, like oomph to enable his powers. So even though you're hitting him with like a kinetic force of gripping him, this isn't enough for him to get stronger. You'd have to like punch him to do that.
Yeah.
You see why he is vulnerable to you, Fern, because he can't really deal with this.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I love Fern. We're gonna go. What was the other? I think next would be Skeleton.
Pretty
What do you
sure,
have to, buddy? Yeah.
One question, really quick. Can I see open water? Or are we too far in the main street? Like we're not near the docks. still,
You're
no?
not near the docks. No, you. I mean, if you hopped on a skateboard, you'd get there within 3 minutes.
Okay.
You can see the bay. You can
Yep.
see Passageway Bay, but yeah. I mean, tell me what it is that you're trying to do.
Well, I have an idea.
Okay.
Because now that I kind of saw through Metroflex and I can kind of tell like, oh fuck, oh, he's gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think Skeleton has ever wanted to hurt Metroflex that badly.
That's
I
the
think
rough part is that like
yeah,
this isn't really new information. It's just
Yeah.
confirming stuff you already know. He's a kid who just really shouldn't be in
Exactly.
this situation.
What I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna get like fucking right next to his head, like kind of like right next to him, and I'm gonna whisper in his ear, "If I throw you far enough, will you survive?"
Yeah.
You're gonna head to 33 Wallace Street. The code to the door in the apartment is 2483. Got it?
243. Hell yeah. This isn't. I feel like. Would you say this is the defend action, or is this something funky that the bull has?
So it's not something funky that the bull has. My idea was I'm gonna try to unleash my powers to physically throw him as far as I possibly can.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it. Hell yeah. I love that.
That's my plan. So unleashing powers.
That's yo, full disclosure, that's great.
Cool. And unleashing powers is freak, right?
Yes. Yes.
I have a +1 to that.
Oh,
Fuck yes. 13.
Hell yeah!
He's gonna get such a fucking talking to. I'm gonna talk to this kid so hard.
It's a bit of anger, right? Because like while you're dealing with this kid in a bad situation, you could be pummeling Electrolyte into the ground, someone who genuinely deserved it. And it's almost frustrating that like not that you have to babysit, but just that like stuff got this bad, right? There are so many different steps that should have been able to help Metro out. There's so many different programs, there's so many different services that like whether or not he contacted them, somebody should have probably helped this kid out. So the fact that you got to clean up Bluestone's mess again,
It shouldn't be my problem.
and that is the thought as you Bro,
Wow.
So long, Gay Bowser.
a human being should not bounce. I can't stress that enough. You hurl him, and you see that he kind of sees where he's going and kind of tucks in a bit because he bounces off of a skyscraper right at the corner. You're almost worried for a second that you broke something. This is Bluestone. Stuff's been reinforced. Stuff has been reinforced a dozen times over. He bounces. You see that he does kind of end up kind of in the generic area of your apartment, and you're like, okay, cool. Metro is completely removed from this engagement. 100%. There is no more need to defend him or interact with him. That was such
That's
a
so dope, though.
And the best part is that it's not even suspicious to Electrolyte because he thinks that you just got frustrated and threw this kid.
You just killed
him.
He's like, well, now I didn't have any fun. You killed him.
No, Hot Rod took off. You roll. Just give me a generic roll with Mundane, real quick. This isn't for Metro. This isn't a +1 or anything like that. I just need
Generic roll with Mundane. -1.
Yeah.
Oh, still not bad.
10.
-1.
Yeah, 10.
Oh, yeah, 10. 10. Sorry, 10.
You hear something and you look down. You see that Metro, at some point in the fight, pulled out an earpiece and dropped it on the ground. You're gonna step on it?
Fucking
Hell yeah. You, with a 10, hear, our business is concluded before you step on. There's no check required. You know that was addressed to Metro. Like, someone knows he failed.
Yep.
Cool. The coolest turn I've ever
that was
seen.
so fucking sick.
We go to Kenny.
That
Yo, what's up?
so
What's up,
dope.
buddy?
Okay, I've got I may have missed the beginning detail of the thing I'm thinking about, but you said there is, in this existence of this world, little machines that nullify metas. And did you say there was one around us?
No, it's protecting the courthouse, and it's not a shielded.
Okay.
It's so that people can't go in and kill people in court.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wildly changes what I was gonna do, if I'm honest.
Yeah. There's 2 ways to do it. It's be near you, which is dangerous for another reason because people can still stab you. And or it's engage with some null tech, which is pretty expensive. It's pretty rare. We've been trying to develop it for years. It's cuffs and a few auras around a few select prisons in the world. That's kind of it.
All right. You know what? I got away. I got to use moat. It's fitting that I don't get to use the one that I thought I was going to use more.
Super fair. Full disclosure, you're doing pretty good. Electrolyte is something that your whole family would have to get together to deal with. You just bubbled him, Steven Universe style.
I wonder if I just keep him here. Has he tried to escape at all?
Actively trying.
Okay.
You can see the he's living lasering this stuff where he's bouncing off of it. You can see that the shield is starting to crack.
Can I? Okay, so it says specifically in my thing, you may call for me to spend another burn to keep him there. Can I
to
do
keep
that?
it? You wanna burn?
Yeah,
you wanna use another
two
burn?
more. I'm gonna spend it, and I see it cracking, and I go, and I puke at my feet, and I go, okay, let's go, and I just push more energy in.
You see that the little peeling effect of your skin runs up a little up your arm.
I imagine as it further goes up and it meets the fabric that is my coat, it starts to fray, unweave the different fabrics together and starts flapping as we see up the arm as the skin begins to peel off.
I love that. Hey guys,
Very
I love
cool.
superheroes.
I love superheroes so
Very
much.
Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
this game's fucking dope.
we
man.
we are yeah. By the way, we are scratching the surface in terms of like actual rules to use here. I've fully cut out a bunch. This game is dope. You should play it with your friends.
Very cool.
And I go, why
Cool.
don't you just stay put?
With that in mind, Electrolyte is going to try and unleash his powers to fully shatter this shield. I'm going to say this right now. He gets a +3 to this. If he exceeds a 10, he will be able to shatter the shield,
Okay.
but he probably won't be able to like get to. You've prevented him from fully like engaging with Hot Rod, which is great because he would get a bonus to that because Hot Rod is like endangered right now.
All right.
He with a +3, he fully. You watch as the shield doesn't interact with his lightning in a great way. You can kind of feel like a jitter run up your spine because you're kind of controlling it, and you watch as the energy dissipates. He turns with a smile and goes, "That was fun," and flips and starts to chase the convoy. He's fast in this lightning form, but if he stays in lightning form, he runs the risk of like accidentally grounding himself, so he has to like jump between light poles effectively. Because if he grounds himself, he fully disperses himself in the earth, and like it takes a week to reform.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a cool villain. I like him a lot.
All right, that is the end of this turn. We're at turn 3. We're gonna go with we're gonna go with Skeleton and then Kenny, and then I have to remember what the order is. I did the other 2 last time. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm pretty sure I'm third or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm swapping the pairs, right? To like to make sure that it's not you're not waiting like a half hour to get to your turn. Yes, it's gonna be Skeleton. You have removed Metro from the equation. You feel like you're kind of a gritty, like dark guy, but you do feel like a swell of pride knowing that like you did help out a guy who really needed it today.
Go to my apartment. I swear to God.
No check required. You know that he has nowhere else to go. You what do you want to do? You see that Electrolyte is going after the convoy. There's probably like one more turn of the convoy driving before it actually gets to the safe zone. So you do have to hold off Electrolyte for a little bit longer. What do you want to get up to?
God, I'm gonna regret this.
Probably.
I think I might try and provoke Electrolyte.
Oh, you crazy bitch.
I think I might try and provoke Electrolyte. Hold on. I'm opening my thing so I can figure out what the hell to do.
You to directly provoke someone. You roll with Superior on a 10 up. They fully take the bait and do what you want, which I'm assuming is go fight you.
Yeah, I think I'm fully trying to piss him off. I think I am trying to like seriously get him mad at me.
That's super fair. Yeah, roll with Superior. If anyone wants to, I'm going to say this. Hot Rod, you're a little too far away to add team, but the other two, if you so wish to do so, you may add team to his roll if you feel the need to.
We get to decide after the roll, right?
You get to decide after the roll. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah.
I got an 8.
I will spend. I want Julie. It's you and me spend team.
Yeah.
Well, that means I'm going to get a 10.
We're
So
gonna
you turn it into a 10. Cool. So there's no choosing. They just do what you want, which I assume in this moment is you want him to come back and fight you specifically.
I'm gonna fucking cut my hands. Hey, Electro shit!
You do you say anything else, or did you wait for him to react?
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna wait and see if he stops by me yelling Electro shit. And then when he turns around, I have more to say to him.
He's halfway through jumping from light pole to light pole. You watch as he and slowly turns to look at you, you see the Cheshire grin extend with electricity out further than it should
I don't like
as
it.
his eyes as his eyes widen and go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we weren't playing anymore. If you'd like to continue the game."
I don't remember you starting to dance with me in the first place, pansy. The 80s called. They want their wardrobe back.
Oh my god.
So he doesn't make a direct line towards the convoy because he wants to jump between it so that he's not risking grounding himself. He is insane. And so that like tactical thinking goes away. You watch as he bolts up into a storm cloud. Um
Oh my
Oh, no.
god.
Oh no.
Mm.
and
I'm gonna regret this, but this is what I wanted.
you are. So here's the cool part. We get to talk about a new mechanic. The bad part is, I need you to. Would you say that you're angry right now, Skeleton? Would you?
Sufficiently angry at the thought of a young man being murdered by the being
That's super fair. I
hunted
just
down by
needed
the
to know.
mob.
Would you say that it's fair that you would have the condition of angry?
Oh, well, fuck. If that's what you think, then yeah, sure.
I'm asking. Like, are you just like generically kind of like, or are you like mad?
I don't think he's like mad, but I think he's
Okay, cool. We'll
I
say
think he's-
no.
I think he's grumpy.
Cool. Roll.
Naturally.
So there's no bonus to this, but I need you to roll 2d6.
Okay. That's a 4.
Okay.
Oh.
Um,
Don't worry, I have a cool backup superhero. Don't worry, guys.
Alright.
And
so you take a powerful blow.
Mhm.
Weirdly, you wanted low there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when you get hit hard on the physical emotion level, roll plus conditions mark on a 10 up, choose one. On a 7 to 9, choose one. Yeah, so you do not take any of the conditions. However, you do get hit with about 20,000 volts as he hits you with lightning, bounces back up, and kicks you in the head. He is now fully focused on you. That was not his turn. That was his reaction to what you wanted him to do.
That's what I wanted.
This is you're like this is what I want.
Stop for a second there.
It hurts when you get what you want.
Yeah, so like full disclosure, like he's in your face, he's fully abandoned the convoy. You guys, you can safely assume that the convoy's probably gonna get there. However, there's a slight problem.
I know.
Again, that wasn't his turn. He just did that.
Okay, that's fine.
Think of that as a legendary reaction.
Absolutely, that's so cool. I am 100%.
Kenny.
That's what I wanted to happen.
You guys are rolling great, by the way. Kenny, what are you up to?
How flavorful can I get with my bullshit?
I just watched a man throw another man across the city to save him. Go for it.
Okay, I'm a smart dude.
You're so smart.
I'm so smart. Big brain energy. As I've vomited up a bunch of sourpuss, my brain is starting to circulate and percolate again, and I'm gonna go, okay, why isn't he doing this thing? Okay, what changed him not wanting to do what he was not doing? He does not want to get grounded. Oh, okay, and then I'm gonna use my last burn. I'm not sober, so I'm gonna do something dumb. My big thing is called Reality Storm. And
What?
You channel a destructive burst with your powers, and I spend one burn to directly engage a threat using your powers, and I roll with freak instead of danger. And my idea is I'm gonna like kind of get low to the ground seeing this happen. And I'm just gonna like put my hands down. I'm gonna sink, like spectrally sink my fingers into the ground. And then like snap the earth down so it rolls up and shatters. And like pieces are gonna like move around him and try to like ground him. Basically. Like bring the ground to him.
Yeah. Yeah, the full disclosure, the only reason he's not grounded now, you can like his shoes probably have like some kind of rubber sole. It's like when he's doing that weird jump, if he stumbles and falls and like face first, that's when he gets grounded. Heck yeah. Go roll your roll with freak. So
Holy shit, Cody.
I'm so worried this is gonna be the time that I fail.
You got this.
It's not. It's not. It's 3. Come on, come on, brain. 12.
Big maths. Quick
cool.
math.
9 plus 3.
So like mechanically you've directly engaged a threat, right? That is mechanically what the thing is. So you on a 10 up you get to pick 2 of the things. You get to completely avoid his blows. You get to take something from him. You get to create an opportunity, or you can impress, surprise, or frighten him.
Oh, and I get to choose 2 of these?
You get to choose 2 of these, and I am going to say that like this move, regardless of whether he like it's going to be he is going to take a powerful blow.
Oh yeah, no, that's absolutely fair. I do says I think we trade blows.
Yeah, because you are like Captain Marvel versus another Captain Marvel, like beaming at him effectively. Like he is going to try and like beat back at you. I'm not going to give you a 1-hit KO thing. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I want to. Okay, this is what I envision. This is what I think.
Tell me your vision, your artistic vision, if you will.
I will snap the earth and because sorry, I got a destructive dude. So when I do this and I succeed, because I cause unwanted collateral damage unless I spend another burn, I don't have any more burn.
Which you do not have. Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing with the vibe of like breaking this fucking like a whole road basically is being like destroyed while I'm doing this. When I snap the earth down, it like travels up and shatters. And there is like an ambient like floating of like rocks that are like making the terrain like uneven, and that's my first one that I'm gonna make him do is I'm gonna frighten the opposition because he's seeing that like it's becoming unshaky whether he can fully stand here and not falter.
I'm gonna say that you choose like the impress, surprise, or frighten. I don't think Electrolyte is capable of fear. Okay. I think he is definitely surprised and impressed, however. Like
unhinged.
Was that not clear?
No, absolutely. Absolutely clear.
I'm sorry. This man is. I've fully wrote down. He is not capable of being frightened because he is.
Then I will give him surprise.
Give him surprise. Cool. Yeah, he's kind of a little off his kilter. I'll say that there's maybe a -1 to him doing something in this space. How about that? Just because this does like shock him.
And then I don't know if I can really take anything from them because they're a sparky boom boom man.
You can take his jacket, but like he's just gonna take it back.
I will. Sorry. What were you gonna say, Nick?
Take his eyes.
I take his eye. No,
I'll take his eyes.
I've got. Okay, I have a backup of these. If you say no to this, can I take his sense of security?
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, you've certainly taken mine.
You should have kept me as the DM. I just say no in that time. The big brain ideas don't come out until I'm the player.
Now Kenny's unhinged.
You may.
All right.
Because this shakes him, and I'm gonna say this right now. Like a few of his arcs do, like, because he is like beaming back at you as you try this. Um, you see that like a bolt goes for you, but just gets absorbed by your null aura. That's the thing that shakes him. Of like, can't electrocute that one.
And I'll
That's the thing that makes me secure. Like,
when I snap
Dirty,
the earth
no.
and expand out when he shoots one off, and it just like I will take it. It's like a physical like I have to take a blow, so it slams into me, and I'll
Yeah.
skid back a little bit, but I'll like
Yeah.
correct myself, and I'll look at him, and I'll go, care to play on my space for a moment? And I'll just start to like stalk, like I'll stalk a few steps forward.
Interesting. I did kind of want Kenny and Electrolyte to fight because I did think this might happen. Not specific. By the way, not specifically this. It was more of a general idea of two casters
You
going
heard
at
it.
each
He
other.
planned it. He's railroading. Get in the comments.
I wish I could railroad this.
But that is it.
Yeah,
That is all I
that
have.
is your turn. Cool.
I'm gonna have
We're
to
gonna go to
gamble
Fern.
next round.
Actually, we're gonna go to Hot Rod real quick because I think I know what you're up to, but just let me know if you're like what you're doing. I think you can kind of see that like the convoy's in the clear. You should be fine. Eric?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking to me. So I guess I'll like swing back if it's safe and going to the courthouse fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little faster in bike form, so I'll just tumble off and start
Awesome.
zooming the other way.
Awesome. There's no real move to do movements in this. We kind of said you took a turn to get away. So like, feel free to take any of the actions that, unless I guess you could like try and shoot at Electrolyte if you wanted with some of your cannons or something. But yeah, feel free to do as you please.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just not going to do much damage, so I will. I'll directly engage a threat. As I'm driving towards them, I'll just pop open some like a little like turret on the side and begin firing bullets at him as I'm like zooming in at him.
That's awesome. Okay.
So,
We're gonna go to Fern. Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, do roll it. Right. You don't just do it. You do have to roll. I'm so sorry. I forgot the rules to this game that I'm running.
Rolling in a table.
Oh, as I'm holding the dice in my hand, like ready, I'm like, I know what these are for.
I I got a 9, and I think I'm gonna keep it at that instead of putting it at 10. I'm just
That's
going.
super. Yeah, that's the thing is if you put team into your own thing, there's a negative. Something bad happens. It's like it's using it selfishly. It's like when you use it to help someone else, it's good. If you use it selfishly, it comes back to bite you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just gonna use that minor success
Sweet.
to create an opportunity for your allies as I sort of pelt him with
Yeah, you kind of you see that he does kind of have to like to throw up a bit of electricity to like kind of impede the bullets. He's not invincible. He's just really hard to pin down because he's intangible when he's electricity. But he is trying to like deal with gestures to Kenny.
I'm also gonna share my stream on all my social medias as I'm doing this.
Yeah, cool. At this point, hey Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny, I want you to roll with Superior real quick.
Roll with Superior. I think I have at least a 1. Hold on. Yeah, I do. Here we go. 8.
Okay, cool. That's enough for a minor success. If you got a 10 up, I was going to give you a question. After this bit of information, you just assess the situation. Man, there's a lot of cameras that Hot Rod's got going on, and you know that Hot Rod streams on a lot of different platforms. Man, that's so funny because you watch the stream, and you sometimes watch it with your sister.
Uh-oh.
You feel your phone buzz.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Uh,
I'm in trouble. Uh-oh.
Like, why are you on the stream?
Do you think that is enough to take the afraid or guilty condition or the insecure condition?
I definitely think it's gonna make me take one of them.
Feel free to take whichever one you want. I'm not gonna dictate that.
Probably gonna take afraid.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
You will
afraid.
take a -2 to directly engaging
Engage a
threats.
Okay.
Um,
That makes sense.
yeah, yeah. And the weird thing is it does specifically state that. So even if you use freak for that, it still applies. It's not a different move. But
I'm
that's
in
next
danger.
turn. I mean, you still are fighting one of the most powerful supervillains of all time. He hasn't really taken damage, but that's the passive thing. Fern, we're gonna get to you.
I just wanted to honestly be an absolute shit disturber. And also,
I mean, so has everyone else. So please feel free to continue this
Yeah.
proud tradition.
200 volts to the chest.
the chest. Because I was hoping Fern can just fly overhead, because I can fly.
Mhm.
And directly engage. I just want to try to maybe spook him from above.
Try and spook him.
The most simple, like, boo, at like the most pathetic. Pathetic, but also you're not expecting an alien to be flying above you at any point.
So,
Yeah.
so you're gonna provoke
engage
him, or
Yeah, directly engage a threat.
She's trying
oh,
to
you are fighting.
Scare.
Okay, cool.
Surprise him or scare him.
trying to surprise Anthor or scare him again.
When I
Okay.
created an opportunity, does that help at all?
Yeah, you will take an additional +1 to whatever you roll because of this thing that Hot Rod has added. This game is so silly.
It's so good.
Okay.
Oh,
Let me see what my dangerous. Let me see what my dangerous. But
it's so good.
it's very good.
so good.
So it's a -1, but it adds a +1.
The +1,
So
yeah,
they
+1
go
cancels
together.
it out.
That's an 11.
Oh,
Very nice.
oh.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to. You said this was directly engaging a threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, feel free to take 2. I am gonna say that like there's been a few hot successes on this dude. He is gonna take a powerful blow.
Yes.
Nice.
Great. Yeah, I was hoping on that one. I think while she's there, she just gives him a good fucking punch. Yeah.
Huh. All right. Yeah. What are the 2 that you took? Sorry.
To surprise him and to create an opportunity for my allies.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Both of those apply. So the next roll against this dude takes a +1. He takes a powerful blow.
This is awesome.
So,
I don't know this dude.
he has to choose one of these. Both of them are probably the end of the fight. He did roll an 11 on this, so he has to choose one of the big options. I'm going to open this to the floor. Do you guys think he is going to remove himself from the situation, or do you think he's going to lose control of himself in a terrible way?
I would love to see him lose control.
As much as
I would too.
as much as I would love to see him lose control, have we done anything to him that would drastically make him lose control of his powers?
Kenny.
Emotional fucking damage.
Kenny, that's right,
Kenny
Kenny,
did,
yeah.
Yeah, no. Full disclosure. Like, I'm gonna run this like a blank in 40k. Kenny's mere presence around casters is kind of funky.
And he's getting shot at and punched and shit.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. This was supposed to be a very simple job. He doesn't know where Metro is. He was having fun. He thought he was gonna get to electrocute someone. You guys have fully shown like that's maybe not in the cards anymore. So yeah, what do you guys think?
The game he won.
He lost his game, and
Yeah,
that's
he
the
lost
only
it.
reason there's a choice. If you guys hadn't provoked him, he probably would have just dipped. But now he's he's effectively pissed.
I'm down for losing control powers.
Yep.
Cool.
I think it makes sense.
Lots happening to this man.
Cool. Any opposition to that whatsoever? Any arguments?
Nah, it's gonna be good. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Nothing bad's gonna ever happen.
Nothing bad could ever happen.
A few things connect at once. Hot Rod, one of your bullets strikes his shoulder as it's rematerializing out of lightning. We watch as he fully lifts his hand to try and zap. This was going to be his turn. He was going to try and inflict 2 powerful blows on Skeleton because he can do that.
Yeah, he was.
Because you provoked him.
Yeah, he did.
He fully and Skeleton, you kind of watch your life flash before your eyes, and then Kenny stalks just close enough that it and catches in his hand. He looks at it as he watches a shadow go over his head, and a green fist hits him in the face. He fully. Kenny, your aura can absorb power, but you can't stop people whose powers affect them. So he can still turn into lightning. He can still dip. You watch as he accidentally touches one of the floating rocks and pulls himself out of it, screaming bloody murder. It is a horrifying sound to hear a fully grown man scream, not in pain, but in utter frustration. And a bit of humiliation, I'm not gonna lie. He's not happy. And by the way, everyone keep in mind, this man is not happy with you four. He pulls himself out. Fine! Disperses. But not before every single car alarm goes off. And for a second, you all think, oh, that's it. And then the first one explodes.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
Wait, Jack, can I try to do something with the
Hell yeah. Because you're kind of on your way, so you can. I will let Hot Rod exclusively swoop in and do something because you're kind of out of the danger, but you can put yourself in it to do something. What are you up to?
Yeah, can I try to hack into the cars and make them not explode, I suppose?
That would be that would be defending. Would you?
I'll burn and unleash power on it if I can make a bunch of cars just not explode.
This is where I get technical. I think this is defend because you are trying to prevent an immediate threat, physical or emotional, with Savior. This isn't an obstacle you have to overcome. This is a danger that they are in that you can maybe prevent.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, so can I do that in as a reaction, or how would that work?
Yeah, you didn't. I'll give this to you. You guys have been rolling pretty hot. We're getting kind of to the end of the night. I will let you do this. Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. That's a failure.
No.
Okay.
4.
Oh.
Okay. So there are 3 of you here. There's Fern, there's Kenny, and there's Skeleton. Hot Rod, you're on your way here. You're tapping at it real quick, but the time it takes to hack something, and you only start to realize that they're going to explode when one already explodes.
Right.
So the reaction's already started. I'm going to roll a D3. So we're going to go Kenny, and then Fern, and then Skeleton on the D3. Cool. Skeleton,
Yeah.
I need you to roll 2 powerful blow checks. I'm
So
sorry.
that's
This was it.
4d6.
No, it's gonna be 2d6, but you do it twice.
Okay.
So just let me know if you exceed 7 or if you exceed 10 on either of these.
7 or 10. Okay. Big money, no whammies. First one's a 6,
Okay.
and I have Julia here to back me up on this.
Absolutely fair.
Second one,
Oh, you are fucked.
let's fucking go. Second one's a 5. I got a 6 and a 5. I'm a
You lucky son of a bitch. You
Goddamn.
get tossed around like a rag doll as a car directly behind you. You hear like a fizzle and you go, oh shit. And again, a human body should not be able to bounce the way this does. You hit a building and bounce off it. You would have cracked your back on the lamppost on the way down, but you just bring the lamppost down with you because you have an invulnerable back. You land and go, huh.
Oh.
Let me just look around. You guys all look and see that the convoy is fully within the court, like the little complicated garage system they have to like lock it in and protect this dude. Hot Rod and Skeleton, you know the full effect of like what just happened. You just put away an incredibly dangerous person by getting that witness there. Kenny.
45 missed calls and 37 missed texts. Uh-oh.
No, it is one text, and it is from your sister.
What does it say?
Do you... What the actual fuck? You can see that like she's very clear. Like in this world, the app very clearly has like an icon that like she's looking at the thing right now. You don't think she's been able to like look away from her phone? She's probably like looking at the tablet, looking at it, like waiting for you to read your tab.
I go, I know, I'm so sorry. I was gonna replace the orange juice later.
She texts, "I'm gonna try and cover for you."
I leave it on red.
Wow. You leave her on red.
I leave it on red. I'm
Fern,
not sober nor drunk
the
enough
game.
to deal with
This
this.
is great.
We won the game.
Fern, Fern, you won the game. Fern, humans are so quirky. This one just won a game and is looking nervously at his phone. These two are like a little roughed up, but they're kind of just like, oh, yeah, that happened.
I give Kenny just a good like slap on the back, like, good job, we did it.
Oh,
That was really fun.
thanks.
I'm gonna like transform out of like motorcycle mode and just
Yeah, I know what you mean.
like walking, like fast walking to like slow down and land on Skeleton. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I tried to stop it. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
He's perfectly fine. There's like a bit of singe on his jacket that he
Look
just
around.
flicks off.
Oh,
Jeez.
I'm good. And I'm gonna look at Kenny. You. I'm gonna start stomping over to him. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna put out a hand. Thanks.
And I'll clasp his hands and I'll go, no
Handshake.
problem. Nice to meet you, Mr. Party City.
Skeleton, you realize this guy is incredibly drunk. You do watch as like,
and I go over to the grate and I go, oh!
yeah, as he's doing that, he's got like his hands on his knees. You do see the skin like reattach itself to his arms after he like calms down. You see a little bit of
my clothes
oh, that sucks.
God damn it!
The team seems to have been assembled in an incredibly successful manner, albeit a slightly drunken one, with a few too many secrets being revealed and a villain being made clearly aware of your capabilities, as well as a young man being saved, an older young man being escorted to the police, and that is where we're going to leave these for tonight. But that's not where we leave Bluestone. We pan to a small apartment closer to the docks. We see the door open. We see Jeffrey Mustang. He walking in. He's mulling something over. He's kind of mumbling. We see that he's repeating what Kenny said in terms of the advice on how to talk to someone. And he kind of sits down in his lazy boy for a second. Yeah, okay. He pulls out his phone. He starts texting someone. He's one of those guys who says what he's texting as he does it.
God.
He goes, yeah. He says,
Boomer.
would it be uncool for your old man to bring you some Harveys? We hear the bloop as the text comes back, and he goes, I know you don't like pickles. I wasn't going to get you any. I will be getting myself deep fried pickles, however. We see that he stares at a text that comes in for a second and goes, no, I just, we don't talk enough, you know? Another text comes in, we don't see what it is, and we see him smile and kind of goes, yeah. All right. Gets up, walks towards the bowl at the door. We sort of follow him in this moment, like panning through, like kind of like a panorama size of lens. We see that he walks in front of the bathroom door and the bedroom door. He doesn't notice the hazmat suit that's just hovering in the bedroom, but whatever. He keeps walking and pauses as he feels a breeze come through his apartment that he doesn't keep the windows open in. Shortfuse is smart. I want that clear. He's not stupid. He doesn't have this apartment that he can fall back to as a known supervillain without being smart. And he knows that very few people know his hideout. He turns a little bit. As this is happening, we see that he's left the television on. We pan over to it really quickly. We see that the news broadcast is showing two things. One, a small fall, not a small fight, but a pretty decently sized brawl on Main Street, carried out between four presumably heroes. We don't know some of them. A few have been ID'd. One is definitely Hot Rod. The other three are a little up in the air. Two known supervillains dealt with, and the court case is going just as planned. We're in kind of the evening in this state. And then we swap to another story. Ultraviolet was knocked out of the sky today. This is like the Superman of this world. He's the big bad. He's like the goody two shoes, invincible in every manner. We watch the footage as he falls through a few buildings somewhere downtown, further away from where you guys were. Through a few buildings, we watch as he struggles to get up. He is a younger, kind of Eastern Asian man. He's wearing like a kind of like a pretty like almost like Metro Man's costume, but with like a rainbow pattern on the arms. This guy can turn into like the light spectrum and turn himself into like kind of like electrolyte, but with light as opposed to electricity. He struggles for a second, and then the camera goes a little static as whoop, a portal beneath him fully envelops him, and he is gone. The hunt for where he is gone continues as the newscaster talks about. It is pretty distressing to see someone so high on the power list disappear, and we can only wonder what someone would want with someone that powerful. As they say that, Short Fuse's body flies through the television and through the wall into the alleyway behind it. He tumbles and crashes into a dumpster. He is bruised, he is bloodied. Explosions went off in that room, but it did not seem to matter as this hazmat suit looks down at him and raises its hand. We see he motherfucker and tries to get up as a portal captures him as well. The hazmat suit hovers there for a moment before a similar portal catches him and we pan back to the now completely ruined apartment. It is destroyed. Some of the money that he stole is strewn about the room. We see that whoever that hazmat suit was does not care about that. They were after short fuse. We pan over to a phone laying on the floor. We see the series of messages of someone like, yeah, no, you can come bring Harvey's, just don't bring pickles. 20 minutes later, a text comes. Dad? You coming or what? But that's an issue for the next issue.
He's not coming.
Thank you all so very much for joining us. I hope you had as much fun as we did.
The no pickles is the least of his worries now.
Now it's gotta be it. I hope he brings his life.
Well, he went out for Harvey's and he never came back.
I was just gonna say.
That was so fun. That was so
good.
Yes, Harvey's. He never came back.
Guys, we're a team
That's what we're gonna-
now, and I'm in so
You guys are
much
a
trouble.
You are in so much trouble.
In so much trouble.
Does anyone have-
We just won the game.
Right?
Like this.
Yeah, that's it.
You did like one thing. It was a good thing. You did one thing really good. There's other things in Bluestone in case that little spiel didn't make that clear. With that, are there any questions about anything that happened today? Anything that we're confused about? Any rules or stuff that you guys want to touch on? That's super fun.
Is this a system that if you...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if this is a system that we get experience points if we fail, like in other Powered by the Apocalypse.
I'm not. I don't know if you've noticed, but today has shown that y'all really don't need the advancement system to be effective.
You know what? We're gonna fail all the time next week.
Yeah, I mean, and when that happens, I will reconsider. But as of right now, I think the experience can be chalked up to you all becoming a team, defeating, and I cannot stress this enough, one of the most powerful supervillains I could have thrown at you. Just casually.
Yay!
But with that, we will see you all next week. And happy almost December.
Happy.
Today, yeah, we're an hour away from December.
Sure, yeah.
Mariah Carey's coming.
Oh, she's already here.
No.
She's already.
Symbol
She was in the
is
hazmat suit.
She's the next villain we take on.
Yeah.
The Mariah Carey's.
Mariah. Don't bring 40K over.
It's like no, it's like her. It's like her scientific name.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.